My name is Boemeke from Rockwood Summit, and I'm a finalist for the $10,000 Eco Scholarship from EcolifeSCL.com and Neighbors Credit Union. We're here in the lab at Rockwood Summit because this is where I do a lot of my research towards biodiesel, which is an alternative fuel which I think could potentially replace regular petroleum diesel, which petroleum diesels aren't exactly good for the earth as it is, and this is made from vegetable oil. For instance, this oil we made right here, which we made earlier in the year, was actually produced from waste oil that we collected from an area restaurant. And actually some of it was waste oil I collected from home. Anyway, these were created by the students of this year's organic class, and as you can see, there's quite a few bottles, which means we have a pretty devoted class this year. It's good. It's nice to see that people are taking this seriously. The reason that we believe biodiesel is better than petroleum gasoline is because in order to create petroleum diesel, you have to pull the petroleum out of the earth. Whereas, although this is still a carbon fuel, it's the carbon fuel that all the carbon in it came from the atmosphere. When you turn it into oil, all the carbon that came out of the atmosphere and into the plant goes into the oil. And when you transesperify that and make the biodiesel out of it, when you burn that, it just goes back into the atmosphere, meaning it's just a cycle. Instead of creating more carbon, you just recycle the carbon that you already have in the atmosphere. The process for this is pretty simple. All you need is a 2-liter bottle, the oil, and the chemicals. It's actually a very good high school project. Today, pure biodiesel blends can run in about any diesel engine. Older diesel engines, you might need to change it a little bit because of clogging in fuel lines and such, but a B100, which is a pure biodiesel mix, can run in about any engine, and usually it will give you better gas mileage than a petroleum diesel. Actually, you can drink biodiesel. It's non-toxic. It's not bad for you, but I wouldn't do that because it is laxative, and wouldn't exactly be too good. My school goals are to graduate Rockwood Summit with an honor cord in science. And then following that, I'd like to go to Missouri State University and study chemistry. Eventually, I'd like to get maybe even a master's or doctorate in the field. As to my career goals, I'd like to become a practicing chemist. In my time as a chemist, I'd like to see if I can change the world. During an interview with the head of the chemistry department at Missouri State, he said, if I could change the world and save a Brazilian tree turtle, I'd probably be a happy kid. And he's probably right with that. After practicing chemistry and hopefully changing the world in some way or another, I'd probably like to become a teacher and teach chemistry to students because I just think it needs to be furthered. It's a great field. This is Mr. Peters. He was my teacher last year, and he's the person who inspired me to become a chemist. And it's because of him we started the biodiesel project at this school. And Mr. Peters, why do you think I would deserve the scholarship?
You spent a lot of your own free time journaling and coming up with new ways to wash fuel, new ways to purify fuel, and you were the greatest help that I had in this project. And so, as a result of your work, this project has moved on to bigger and better things for this year's crop of students.
I could really use your vote. As the youngest of 3 college brothers, I have to pay for college entirely on my own, so the scholarship would help me out immensely. And I do believe that after I go and study chemistry, I can help clean up the earth and eventually make it a better place.